think LP's sideshow.
Title's wrong. Or I haven't done yet, or what? Just letting you know. Still offline as well. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's better
We're
now.
good.
Still playing through stream, by the way. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hello everyone and welcome to another night of the O.C.C. scrims. Tonight we have our gold division with Queensguard and Void. Queensguard, formerly Titans, so this is a standard matchup that we're used to here. On the side of Queensguard, we've got a couple familiar players, not players I'm 100% familiar with, but Void looking pretty familiar as well, except for maybe Dire Raven. Tonight, I am joined by Hammer as my analyst. So Hammer, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great tonight. How are you doing?
I am also doing great. It looks like we're going to be starting on Watchpoint Gibraltar here for our escort map, and whenever we are ready to go, we will be rolling into this. So Hammer, what do you... You're a high rank player, right?
Yeah.
You're a coach in this Discord, correct?
Yep.
Alright, so what is your ideal comp on Watch World?
Looking at the teams, I think a good comp would be Dive. It'd be good to see how the main tank players are able to maintain the high ground and hold that against the other teams. I could also see some potential Orisa Hog play and some good sniper play as well. So that's going to be interesting to look for.
Orisa Hog has really made itself into the meta with all the recent changes coming to Orisa, and it does look like we're going to be running Dive on the side of Queensguard, but it looks like maybe Void is going to go for that Ryan Zarya or Ryan Diva as well. What do you think about the Ryan Diva? Are you a fan of that? You're not?
I think depending on how how Dire Raven maintains the high ground on Diva, I think it could work pretty well for the Ryan to stay on card with the Ana potentially. That'll draw a lot of attention off of Raven, allowing Diva to maintain more high ground. But it'll be interesting to see how the teams play this out.
Agree with you there, and it looks like Queensguard is going to be holding up on top of this bridge to try to set up the early dive. And here we go, as we have Athena telling us the attackers are incoming. We are ready to roll on this match. Queensguard right now just kind of taking their time, waiting for that payload to push just a little bit before they set up the dive here, and they are going to be jumping right down onto that Ana as Helix the Cat falls extremely early, but now you're having Chad getting the lucky pin onto Hanzuki on that Tracer. The Widow battle going on right now, trying to take down that Pharah, but not able to do it, as Kazame and Tribalize are both getting one of their own, but Kazame is all alone in that backline, just kind of raining away at Dire Raven there, the Diva. Right now pushing underneath, not really a whole lot that you can do under there, except for maybe the Pharah. Casual OpSec trying to get back, but being bullied out just a little bit by Hanzuki there on the Tracer. Payload is pushing so far for free right now as Quaking Punch and Tawny Style are coming back in to recontest, and there goes the huge anti-nade onto the Reinhardt, but it's not going to be quite enough as the Reinhardt does make it out alive, and it looks like Titans here, or sorry, Void here might just have to reset.
It's interesting to see how they're continuing to run the Rhine strat here against the Pharah, which is not exactly an optimal outcome, but they're going up the right side, which I think could be.
Casual OpSec falling extremely early into that, so they're going to be a man down already, but not your average dad. Purple in the back, 1 HP now as the entire team of Queensguard collapses down, and it's not looking so good for Void here, but it is 2-2 down on each side as the Primal Rage comes out in the small room from Quaking Punch, just bullying Dire Raven, completely bullying the D.Va out of mech and back to the respawn room.
It's interesting to see Void still running the Reinhardt against this Pharah. There's not much verticality Reinhardt can have against these characters, so running it still seems kind of like an odd. A monkey would be much more effective against the Pharah and allowing more verticality.
There is the Reinhardt going for the pin onto the Winston, and Kazame is going to be the one to finish that off. Or no, it was not your average dad, but there comes the bomb. Not going to do a whole lot, but does end up taking out Elfie on the Mercy as the counter bomb comes in, almost destroying the Reinhardt shield, and not your average dad falling since he was purple there, not able to get that healing. But, sorry, Void coming in, looking pretty good right now as Queensguard is trying to push ahead, and Queensguard getting the picks that they need. And it looks like it's going to be complete control of that point with Kazame running supreme.
Yeah, Amano Yuki swapped to the Ashe for a bit of his skin against the Pharah, but with Casual on the Reaper and the Reinhardt still on for Void, it's really relying a lot on Ashe's ability to take out the Pharah and the Mercy, because there's not much other than D.Va that can help him.
Your Ashe has really got to be on to be able to take out that Pharah who's being pocketed by that Mercy there, and the Dynamite not able to connect with anybody, kind of just thrown into the back line, and not your average dad getting the pick early onto Tawny Style, and that's going to be a huge one, but it might be able to get a res right here, coming in, getting Tawny Style up, but it might just be perfectly timed as everybody is turning this around for Queensguard.
That was a great
offset, picking off Hanzuki there.
That was a great primal there by Quaking Punch, zoning the Rhine back so the Elfie could get off the res on Tawny Style. That was a great pick.
Casual OpSec looking for the die, only picking up Tawny Style, and there comes the Bob in from Amano Yuki, building that up extremely quickly as the Bob is now just raining down fire all over. There's 2 and almost 3 onto Quaking Punch as Void is looking pretty strong here, trying to push up as Casual OpSec getting a little greedy. He dies for it, but it's 100% worth it as the point gets capped.
That was a great bomb by Ashe. Taking out the Pharah and the Mercy were 2 great picks, allowing the Rhine to push in freely, so he doesn't have to focus as much on his shield on the Pharah and the.
And there goes Amano Yuki taking out Kazame again. This Ashe just might be exactly what they needed. Now Kazame gets rezzed here, but you know that Ashe is still just kind of reigning supreme, but Kazame taking out his direct counter on the Ashe is Amano Yuki. Earthshatter comes in, but doesn't look like it gets a whole lot of anything, at least no follow-up, as Kazame taking out not your average dad. That DM was shortened, so you know those rockets were just able to make it on through. House of Homie taking out Helix the Cat, and this is looking pretty strong for Queensguard right now as they demech the D.Va.
So we see Casual swapping onto the McCree, which is also another good pick against the Pharah, along with the Tracer that Queensguard is running. As you can see, Casual up got the pick on Hanzuki.
Now Void pushing in extremely strong here, but here comes the bomb, and that is beautifully placed the arrow Amano Yuki and Casual OpSec. The Primal Rage coming out, able to bully everybody away. Not able to get that Rhine shield in front of the bomb, primarily because of the boop that came out. I believe it was from Kazame.
That was a great pick by Kazame and House of Homie, setting up that synergy there, preventing not your average dad from getting the shield up and taking out 2 players there.
If you can get that shield out of the way, that bomb is pretty much free, especially against, you know, a comp where your shield is mobile, like it moves with your character, but the huge anti-nade coming out onto Dire Raven and not your average dad might spell trouble for the side of Void, but the bomb coming out is not going to get anybody as Kazame falls right before it explodes. Here we go with Queensguard trying to hold on here, but it's just Tani Style and Hanzuki on that Tracer, but Tani goes down as well as Alpha Homie. It's just Elfie and Hanzuki here trying to hold on. They're gonna have to back up just a little bit here, and Hanzuki trying to stall that out just a little bit longer.
It's interesting to see here as Kazame, while Void is running the Reinhardt, it's interesting to see that they're still running the Pharah into the double hit scan, which has proven to not be the best for Kazame's push.
Here comes another Bob, coming out strong, but getting slept extremely quickly by Tani Style. But the High Noon connecting with Elfie there on the Mercy as things are pretty much even right now. Kind of just a brawl on point, and here comes the Kamehameha out from Helix the Cat, getting bullied away by the Winston there, coming from Quaking Punch. You know, making a little bit of space there on the point for his team to clean it up, but not able to do a whole lot except for DMEC Dire Raven here now. This is looking very winnable for the side of Void. Or sorry, for Queensguard. And there we go, round 1 complete as Guard will hold it off right before .2 checkpoint. So Hammer, what do you think needed to be changed there on the attacking side to really give them that extra edge to, you know, push all the way through not only this checkpoint, but the whole map?
I think a lot of it relies on not your average dad to making that call to swap to Winston. We know Casual Op and Amana Yuki made good swaps to the hit scan to potentially counter not only the Pharah but the Tracer as well. But with the Rhine, the verticality on a map like Gibraltar with so much high ground against something like the Pharah is not putting your team in the best situation and not allowing your hit scan to get those sight lines that they need.
I would have liked to see them maybe run a Winston, especially with that Ashe, you know, having the mobility of the coach gun, maybe dropping the McCree for something, maybe like a Widow or something. I don't know 100%, but the Ashe I feel was a very good pick, and the Bobs, the first one anyway, was huge, but Tani Style right on top of that second one to sleep it almost immediately was beautifully played by the Ana to save the sleep dart.
I think now we're going to be looking for I think we're going to be looking at the DPS in this matchup, because we can see that Hanzuki is going to run the Widowmaker, and on the side of Void, they're running the McCree. So it's going to be interesting to see how Casual Op is going to be able to counter that Widowmaker.
As soon as that shield goes down, you're going to have to play extremely safe, but Helix the Cat is playing this Baptiste here, so you will be able to negate any damage that comes in, you know, to a certain threshold. So those Widow shots are not going to just destroy people as long as that is up. But we are seeing the Hog Orisa from the side of the attack, and Orisa Diva. How do you feel about the Orisa Diva here on the side of the defense?
I think on a map like Gibraltar, it's a really good choice, because if they were running something